We're here today with Eric Hall, agent to the football superstars. Eric, you've had a very interesting background, primarily in the music industry. Tell us a little bit about that first.
Well, not really music industry. I started off at 11 years old. I went to acting school. And at 15, I knew I'd never be a Spencer Tracy or even a Catherine Hepburn. I knew I was never going to be that good.
Didn't have the legs.
No, I had the legs, yes. Well, I had the legs, actually, but I didn't have the talent. So I decided that at 15, I had a relation with Michael Tony Hiller. It was a sort of, what they call a exploitation manager. Worked for a company called Mills Music, Denmark Street, Tin Pan Alley. It was a monster. I mean, it was in those days when I was a kid, Tin Pan Alley was a monster street. Because in those days, people didn't write their own songs, they were songwriters, and the street was buzzing with Perry Comos and, whoever it was in those days, the Beverly Sisters and Ronnie Hiltons and, I mean, people probably, most people watching this video would have never heard of, but they were superstars in the 50s and 60s. So yeah, I started really then, so from acting school I went to, at 15 in the music business, packing parcels. I was a, office T-boy. And the funny thing, life is strange, the other T-boy there was Elton John. We started together, because there was like two office boys, and he was one, I was the other one. It was then Reg Dwight, obviously.
Yeah.
Not obviously, but it was Reg Dwight. And it's amazing that sort of 20 or 30 years later, or 20-ish years later, I was still involved there, so I went to be the MD at his record company, his publishing company. But we started together. He's a little bit older than me. But I got more hair, ish.
Ish. Well, not now.
Ish.
So, from the music industry, how did you make the transition into football and the footballing world?
Good shot. What an
Lovely
old
smell.
What an old pro.
I want, did you?
Yes. Well, the funny thing that things happened, your question is that I went one night, I've been to Granada TV in Manchester, because the last few years of sort of Marc Bolan's life, I was involved in, sort of management and things. I knew Marc for many, many years. We met at 15, because we were both sort of Stamford Hill boys, North London boys. But he got killed in a car crash, unfortunately. I mean, that's another story. So it's quite a funny story connected with that, but we won't sort of bore you with that one. But I came back from Granada TV that night, feeling a bit depressed. Because Marc and I were not only was involved business-wise, but I said we knew each other for 20 odd years as mates. I went into a club called Morton's in Berkeley Square, and Terry Venables in there. I've known Terry for many, many years too. Nothing to do with football, as mates too. Terry said, "What are you doing? What are you doing tonight?" I said, "I'm going to go. I'm a bit depressed. I've had a hell of a day. This thing about Marc Bolan, this tribute show I did." And he slapped me off. Monster slapped me to a place in Epping to some function. He said, come, cheer up, come with me. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'll bring you back into town. If I'm the world's worst driver, I want to drive. And we went to, I think, the Epping Country Club it was called. I met this lovely guy there. Loved talking to this guy at the bar. "What do you do to me?" And I said, "I'll do this and I'll do that, and the showbiz and everything, the whole shtick." And it turned out to be Steve Perryman, who was then the captain of Tottenham Hotspur. And he said, "You ever thought about being an agent in football?" I said, "You mad? Me in football? You crazy? I mean, I don't know about football. Who knows about football? I'm a showbiz guy, Ballet dancers or singers or pop stars, yes." Anyway, he convinced me. I said, "If you're serious," I said, "well, let's talk about it." So I gave him my number. I didn't take his number. See, normally, if I really was that keen at the time, I would take his number. I took every number. 4 million numbers I would have exchanged. But it wasn't really that shtick. I just gave him my number and thought, what the hell? Phones, so what? If he don't, what the hell? But he did phone about a week later. And we had a chat, and he convinced me to be his agent. Which was great, which I didn't realise at the time, because Steve Perryman was quite a high-profile person in the business. Not me, if I say I apply for the way like a Clanton or a Georgie Best or a Ryan Giggs, but he was a very well-respected player, Never had an agent. All those years of the football, I started to come to me, so it was a great passport for me, because I became his agent, and it was a tremendous passport, because people said, well, if Eric Hall's is Steve Perryman's agent, he can't be a schmuck with Eric Hall. He must be reasonably shrewd and reasonably good, because Perryman wouldn't have him. So that's where I got in the business. It's like the old saying, right potato. I don't believe right time, right. I think you create your own luck, obviously, but it's just like Terry slapping me to this place and chatting to this guy.
Right place and the right time.
Well, not really, no, because ish.
But how did he persuade you that you could do something for football players?
Well, he liked me. I don't know. I mean, he persuaded me that he felt I was sort of never met anybody like me. He said that I was a one-off. He's made him laugh and sort of told me one or two showbiz stories. We monster laugh together. He just felt that. Well, see, in those days when he brought me into the business, really, Steve, it wasn't so much to be what I'm doing now, is go and buy and sell players or negotiate.
Right.
It's more on the commercial side. I mean, he felt that time that his career was coming to an end-ish, and he wanted to do more sort of commercial. He's been asked about writing books and things, never bothered. So I really initially started with Steve commercially, really.
Right.
You know, first I got my book deal. You know, his autobiography, I got his own radio show. I had a monster idea. I went to Radio Luxembourg, which was quite hot in those days. I mean, monster hot. And I had a sensational idea. I said, listen, why don't we do a show like this? Get a, I didn't mention Steve's name at first. Why don't we take a year, you know, I mean, 1968, 1972, whatever it might be. And funny, they've nicked it now from that TV show they do. And the idea is, you know, to show the sporting events of that year, sporting events, and then get some celebrity. Like if it's 66, you get Bobby Moore, rest his lovely soul, because I knew Bobby well. So if it was 1966, so you'll play all the hits of 1966, you know, all the number ones-ish, you know, you might cheat a bit, because some might. And you get a celebrity in for that year. But you have a sports guy presenting it. Eric, we love the idea. Monster. I said, I'll get Steve Perryman to do it. So one side I changed his life that way. Suddenly he was doing things he'd never done in his life before. So I come in really initially, to answer your question, was more with Stevie on the commercial side. See, I was a promotion man. I was the Pelé of pop, the Maradona of music. I was the governor. So I really come in that side. But then, of course, you get into...
It progresses.
Progresses.
So what do you do for your players now? What's exactly your role?
I make the poor players richer, the rich players richer. Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I get them deals and I negotiate for them. I'm a showbiz agent, you see. I will phone my player that I drive in Potter. I phone every day. Even, hello, how are you? Goodbye, put the phone down. Yeah, I believe it's important to keep in touch with players. I really do. Who
would you say are your star players at the moment? Who you
I can't say that because, you know, I always, people ask me that, I might leave somebody out. I mean, all my players are stars. That's a fact. They're all stars.
Okay, but Dennis Wise is one of yours, isn't he?
He's one of my players.
He's one of your boys. Now, you recently accompanied him to court over his recent assault charges. Why would an agent go with his...
Well, that's a silly question, really. I mean, why wouldn't he go with him? I'm his personal manager. I'm his personal manager. I'm from a showbiz world. And there's a lot of people maybe watching this will realise that you're in a showbiz world. If you have a client in trouble, you go with him. I'm his agent. I'm his manager. Of course I go with him. Of course I would.
So that's your role, to look after him and...
Everything, the whole shtick, everything.
The whole lot.
Everything.
How do you recognise talent in a football player? How do you go about finding your next Dennis Wise?
Well, you see, good question again, because I don't understand football. That's a fact. I've always said that. I mean, I'm one of those guys. You know, I'm always when I go to a football match, I'm sort of sitting there in the middle, and I'm always one guy here, one guy here. And the problem is this: that because they sort of recognise me, get to know me now. That if they're like one of the offside shticks, you know what I mean? They say to me, one of the guy goes to me, "Eric's offside, isn't it?" I go, "Yeah, yeah." Eric, it wasn't offside. No, it wasn't offside. I mean, I don't understand football. Forget your question now, but I don't understand football. How do I find talent? Well, I read papers. I speak. I've got a lot of friends in the business. You know, professional managers and people. So you know, I might sort of somebody a name might crop up all the time. You know, you sort of watch the teletext and things. So leading goal scorer. You know, so and so scored 89 goals in the second division or 31st division. So you know, you read things. You know, you pick like you're doing showbiz.
So then you call them up and ask them if they need some help.
Yes, of course I do. I'm an agent. Also, I mean, see, I'm fortunate too that I've got a good name. I mean, I get a lot of calls too come to me, you know.
Yeah.
People sort of, Eric, we work on this, you know, I'm so-and-so, play for so-and-so club and whatever. They'll ask me to be their agent. But of course I still chase. You know, I'm a hustler, Jewish hustler. I'm 58 now, I look sensational at my age.
You do indeed.
And so I've been around a long time. So if you add on my sort of 11 years older, you know, the acting school, I've been around showbiz for 40 odd years, yeah. Long time in show business.
Now the world of football has changed fairly dramatically over the last decade.
Yes.
Why do you think it is that the clubs can't really look after their players as well now, and that players do need agents?
Well, I don't think clubs do look after players. I don't say that, you know, but they're playing there for a short period of time. They might move on to different. They need agents on the other side, for the commercial side, for you know, to negotiate the deals. I mean, you see, a player can't go and negotiate their own deal. Mate, physically, he can do. I'm not saying that, but I mean, you see, it becomes 3 to 4. Normally, when you go and do a deal normally, you normally have a chairman there, the manager, even maybe the assistant manager, the club secretary, and you have this guy on his own. So it's like 4 to 1. And quite rightly so, the club are there to do the best deal for themselves. Quite rightly so. So the player needs a representative too, to do the best deal for him.
So what other deals do you handle for your players, as opposed to just the transfer from club to club? Do you also look after sponsorship and that side of it?
Everything. You see one of my players on TV, I got him on TV. You see a book, you see a newspaper article, you see a boot deal. I do the whole shtick.
So you think, in your eyes, a player really needs you?
Oh, for 100% for sure, yeah. Because they're going to be occupied with training and playing. They got time to run around getting deals and things.
Okay, describe to us a typical day in the life of Eric Hall.
Oh, it's, get up, smoke salmon bagel, shave, bath, start grafting. I mean, just really, I haven't got a typical day. You see, a showbiz agent hasn't got a typical day. The phone rings, you just carry on, you do things, you do shticks. I mean, if my phone don't ring for 20 minutes, I will phone up British Telecom to have it tested. Because, I really do, that's the hand of my heart. Monster hand of my heart. Yeah.
Why do you think that agents have got such a bad reputation in the media and maybe with the FA?
Well, I don't think we have, you see. I think the media, because see, in a way, from what I've learned from football, the media, or the press, not so much the media, but the press side of the media, in a way were the agents. Because years and years ago I was told that if a club fancied a player, they would go to a local reporter and say, listen, you know so-and-so, see if he fancy coming here. And their sort of payoff would be, not so much in commission, but they get the exclusive story. On the other hand, if they wanted to talk to me or to one of my players, a press guy, would do a little piece with you, sit down, then having that little piece with me putting all silly hats on him and doing all silly things and doing a back page lead. But now they can't do that anymore, because they've got to speak to the agent and we want a fee for it. So the media, or the press side of me, have turned against us. Because, we've in a way took a little bit of...
It's taken their accessibility
away
a
good
little bit.
word. You should do my scripts. I love that word. Accessibility. I don't know about accessibility. I'm an Eastern Jewish boy.
Do you prefer working in the footballing world to the glamorous showbiz music world?
I miss showbiz a lot. I don't prefer anything. I like what I'm doing now, but I don't prefer it. I like the showbiz too. I mean, as I said, in many years in the record business. Very successful in the record business. Anybody who knows me would tell you. I do miss it. I don't prefer football. I like it as much as I do. But occasionally, see what happens once a year or twice a year, you get these sort of what's the MPA lunch, like music publishers lunch, Christmas lunch, and I always go to it. And I get there, make a fuss, I still get all emotional, monster emotions, all the old mates of mine, and kiss and we cuddle and we do all the shticks. And I thought, I must get back there, I must find a group to manage or something. Suddenly you get back to the office and your phone goes, it's Steve Perryman or it's, Paul Walsh or it's Neil Ruddock, and you back to reality. But no, I miss them. I don't prefer what I'm doing now, but I do miss the record business, yeah. I do miss it. Now
I've got here a lovely picture of you that dates back to your days in the music industry. What do you think of this now?
I think I look sensational. I've only done 4 weeks ago. You see, I was 57 there.
You're going to go back for the perm, do you think?
Nah.
Nah, not this. Can we see this guy? I think it's lovely. So you're happy where you are? I
would like to have a perm again, but I was actually told, since I've had my hair shortish, I was told that it's never going to grow, it's the same again. I once said to my hairdresser, Robert, who does cut my hair, lovely guy. I said, Robert, suppose I ever want to go, longish and things again. I said, well, you're worried, because your hair now will just sort of grow upwards. I'm going to have one of those. If I ever grow it long now, it's going to be sort of up there. It's going to be...
So gone are the days of the long perm?
Yeah, I would like, no, if I could do it, I would have a perm again, yeah. I would have a perm again. I think I would look quite good in a perm.
I think you'd look great. Eric, thanks very much for telling me.
Most a pleasure.
Thank you.